Volcano Bay is shutting down.
We're spazzing out at the Helios again.
So if you've ridden the Ministry ride, you know how the time turner effect.
Okay guys, we're back at Universal Studios Florida. It's time for another Epic Universe update. We have some news about what's going on with inside the park. Annual pass holders are upset about stuff. There's also some drama about the Epic Universe parking situation. It's also the start of Annual Pass Holder Appreciation Month. So there's a bunch of different Annual Pass Holder food items and offerings happening inside the park. A lot is going on. Universal is celebrating Back to the Future 40th anniversary. Let's show you guys a vintage Back to the Future ride commercial.
Since its introduction, there's never been anything like it. It's been copied and imitated, but nothing can touch it. With a megaton of pulsing power and a mind-blowing overdrive that literally burns up the road. It's the thrill ride that every other ride is measured against, but nothing comes close to Back to the Future at Universal Studios, the ride from the 21st century.
Okay, welcome back. It's beautiful out. It's 80 degrees. The whole reason you live in Florida is for days like this.
There's no celebration right now for the main park. It's just for annual pass holders. They're slowly working on this. They painted the building now. It is a slow day when Despicable Me Minion Mayhem is only a 15-minute wait. What?
Okay, it's time for your latest Helios Grand Lowe's Hotel update. LMG Vids tweeted this. Damn, talk about nickel and diming. For $900 a night, I would expect there to be higher speed internet included. So you're looking at download at 20 megabits per second and then upload 5 megabits per second. And then guests are still having problems with plumbing issues, those automatic lights going on and off all during the nighttime. And then also, look at this photo from the lobby. The screens have gone bad behind the check-in desk. That's not a good look. And we also have videos of more lighting problems in the lobby.
Well, Kevin, we're spazzing out at the Helios again. I couldn't help but think of you and laugh. And there's a 2-hour wait to get my kid a hamburger that's going to cost over $20. So yeah, there's that too. Fun times.
All right, so first mission of the day, we're going to the Tonight Shop because that's where the annual pass holder special magnet and button is going to be. Now you can also pick these up at the annual pass holder lounge in Islands of Adventure. Pick it up as soon as possible because these magnets and pins always go quick and then they like run out by the end of, you know, the offer. Okay, so if you're also an annual pass holder out in Universal Studios Hollywood, they have a special pass member Waterworld magnet that you can pick up right now.
So let's pop into the Tonight Shop and pick it up. They just scan your annual pass. All right, so here's the special annual pass holder Epic Universe little button pin. It's all going to be about Stardust Racers. Race across the cosmos. Remember when we used to duel, RIP, on Blizz Rock and Pie Rock? Those days were so cool. Blinding speed, twists and turns. The dust has settled. Dueling has returned with an extra scent. Apparently a lot of guests are smelling the smell of like poop when they're waiting in line and riding the attraction because there's like a waste management facility right behind it. And then here's the magnet, Amity Island, 1975. They're celebrating their 50th anniversary this year. So it says UOAP. I like the little shark fin. We're gonna pop into Five and Dime, see if there's any new merch. Okay, pretty much all the merch that we thought was exclusive for Fan Fest is here now. It's here in Five and Dime. So $30, right? They got this shirt, Back to the Future 40. I'm just doing a quick rundown because if you guys watched the Fan Fest video, you already pretty much saw all this stuff. They got the Flux Capacitor pillow. They got the hoverboard little toiletry bag. They got the Back to the Future red little wallet. They got the Blueprint Time Machine journal. Then they have Marty's outfit, laptop case, then the Out of Time tank top. This is on sale though. You got the DeLorean right there. Then on the front, it'll say 1.21 gigawatts, 88 miles per hour. Then they got the little lounge fly with the speedometer that moves and the DeLorean. And then also all the Battlestar Galactica stuff that we saw in Hollywood is also here. It's like a little bride, little wallet, $20. Like her hair. And that creature is kind of nude. Let's talk about a nude thing that happened for Epic. Let's talk about the parking situation.
Okay, so if you go to the Epic Universe parking on Google Maps, you can get a street view. This was happening, so you clicked on the street view, you would see a nice beach, but if you turned it around and you were surprised by something, if you look at the title of the image at the very top, that's what you saw. Now, this did get taken down, but it also came back with different images. So be warned when you're clicking on Epic Universe Street View, what could pop up.
Now at the pharmacy over here, they've added back on the windows different vintage stickers for Coca-Cola. These are different than the ones they had last year, but it says celebrating 139 years of refreshment. So they have some specialty floats for the anniversary. They have a salted caramel cherry float, a coffee cola float, and then a pineapple float. The parade has returned.
at the water.
I know.
We got it.
Finally, evangelism 6, right?
To close down these beaches, man.
We need to close the beaches until
Chief
further
Brody, he
notice.
knows what he's talking about. You need to close it.
Lives are at stake.
He just has a Chief Brody.
Thank you. He's got a fear of swimming is all.
Lou has returned. He was missing for a hot minute, but he's back. We can see the bottom of his feet. See the bolts and everything. I remember the figure being more flush. I don't remember being able to see bolts. Speaking about Back to the Future,
The next video will be another FanFest video. So pretty much what happens with FanFest now? It was a great launch. The rumored original plans was it was supposed to come here. You know, Epic has happened and all that stuff. Then it went to Hollywood. So I think maybe we might have a, you know, both coasts will have FanFest. I don't know if Orlando will get it next year or the year after that, but I can see Orlando getting FanFest and then also Hollywood that they're gonna be doing FanFest again next year. I'm excited to see the event evolve over the next couple of years. So will we get Back to the Future next year? I hope for Hollywood. Hope they do part 2, do a part 2 overlay of Hill Valley, continue that kind of immersive storytelling. There might be a chance it might be coming to Orlando. We don't know yet. And then also confirming that Universal has a future for FanFest. There were surveys that were sent out to guests. So it said, which of the following franchises would you be most excited to see at Universal FanFest nights in the future? Pick up to 5. Left side, we're gonna see Harry Potter, Wicked, Spirited Away, How to Train Your Dragon, Donkey Kong, One Piece, The Last of Us, Lord of the Rings, Ghostbusters, Super Mario, Game of Thrones, Godzilla, and then off to the right, Pokemon, Jujutsu Kaisen, Jumanji, Sailor Moon, Back to the Future, Stranger Things, Shrek, Dungeons & Dragons, Jurassic World / Park, Legend of Zelda, Star Trek. If these are on the survey, I feel like Universal's already talked with these IPs to get them to come to FanFest in the future. So I would say if it does show up to Universal Studios Florida, Ghostbusters would be a perfect fit, right? We have a big Ghostbusters presence. But the sky's the limit when it comes to all these IPs.
over at the Coke Freestyle area, they've got some little bottle cap UFOs abducting some bottles. Big movement happening on the Amity bathrooms. Looks like they're re-roofing the bathroom. Will it be rethemed? We don't know. They're still working on it. They've been working on this bathroom for a long time. All right, now since we're celebrating Jaws, we'll show you this fun little Easter egg over here. They still have on this window, Amity Ship Fitters since 1879. They've updated some of the caricatures here. They got some truss work and some lighting work set up. This is not for HHN. Here we are. We're at the Alcatraz bar. You know what time it is. We gotta go visit the one and only Josh over here. Am I the first one to order it?
Yeah.
We've had this for a couple years. I looked at it, I was like, wait, I've had this before.
Yeah, so we had it last year at our bar, well, when we were in the tent. The Magi Mule's back, round 2, here we go. Pretty much got some Old Forester bourbon. Everyone likes a little bourbon. And it's odd, but it works. A little bit of gin. Now, I don't know the full background of this cocktail, but it's been around for a long time, not just the last couple years. Gonna throw in a little agave, a little lime, and just a little ginger beer. Woo!
Is there a special show that goes along with this one, Josh?
Oh yeah, it's where I look into your soul and said, what have you done with your life?
So we got the annual pass holder Magi drink. You really taste the gin in there, but you got kind of a more lemon Moscow Mule.
Everything kind of mixes very well together. Nice and refreshing. No ingredients really overpower each other. 8.5 out of 10. Not too shabby. This little Coke stand just showed up. And what do they got? They got some glazed rib, backyard barbecue tachos. That sounds good. Pineapple, a mango nojito, or a
Summer sour, cranberry, lemon, orange juices, simple syrup with Coca-Cola. And you're in like the nursing home and like, I feel like this is something you would go with. I'm gonna do like a 4.5 out of 10. I don't like this at all. This looks like when you're in college and you're like having a barbecue, like, dude, I'm gonna make you something good. This is what it looks like. So it's the backyard barbecue tachos, crispy mac and cheese bites with pulled pork, baked beans, pickled red onions, cheese sauce, barbecue seasoning with scallions. I'm gonna do like 8 out of 10. Really good flavors in there. The Coca-Cola barbecue sauce It's very sweet.
Okay, the journey continues. We're gonna go to City Walk. They have an advertisement for Mother's Day at Vivo at City Walk on May 11th. But we're gonna hop into the Universal Studios store real quick. Yeah, it just looks like we got a bunch of the merch from Hollywood. Purchase a Time Turner popcorn bucket for $35. So if you've ridden the Ministry ride, you know how the Time Turner affects that. There should be a motor or something in there.
Yeah.
Oh wait.
All right, then the popcorn goes in right there. You can see through the back, but there's a little bit of sand in there. Pride Month is coming up, so they got all the merch that's starting to drop. So $27. Be cool, be kind, be proud. Love is universal. They have a tank top here. Love is universal with the archway. You're looking at $25 for that tank top. $10, they're gonna have a little shot glass. Love is universal. $18 for the Love is Universal mug. And I like that they actually made a new design this year. Last year, I believe they just kind of like reused a bunch of the stuff from the years in the past. $24 for a cooling towel. Be cool, be kind, be proud. $37. $28 for another little kid shirt. Be cool, be kind, be proud. $28 for this hat. I believe this is from last year, if I remember correctly. And $27 for this hat. Love is universal. This is the new design for this year. There's like a massive hole they're working on right there. Whoa, what is going on? So we're gonna be going to Pat O'Brien's. They have a special little poutine here. And I will say Pat O'Brien's is a terrible restaurant. And Alice and I actually went to the real one in New Orleans. Tasted the exact same. Let's hope this special annual pass holder offering is decent.
Okay, well, private events strike again here at City Walk. We can't go to Pat O'Brien's. So they said after 9:30, then we'll be able to go, but I'm not staying around for 9:30. So let's try a different food option somewhere else.
I know one of the things I think they're doing to the Epic front entrance, we're over at Islands now, is within each one of the little circles in the front gate, they kind of represent each one of the lands. So like over here, they're gonna have one for Superhero Island. Up there is Toon Lagoon. Then they added the Wizarding World of Harry Potter right there. And then Jurassic Park. And they still have the Lost Continent. And then down here, will be Seuss Landing. You see that? And in the center, it'll say Islands of Adventure, Port of Entry. So I think that's what they're gonna do with the Epic Universe gate, because there's like these little circles that need to be filled in the main gate. So we just popped in the main gift shop here at Islands of Adventure. These are some new shirts for How to Train Your Dragon, $27. You get all the characters right there. It's gonna be a little kid shirt. Then they're gonna have a bucket hat with that same design with all the different dragons. You have Hiccup, Toothless, and Astrid right there on the bucket hat. That says, "This is Burke" on the hat. $29 for a new water bottle. Pretty heavy duty. Same thing, "This is Burke." $16, that same design on a mug. $32 is gonna be an adult shirt. See Hiccup right there with Toothless flying in the back. $24, they also have a cooling towel with that same design. And then $15 for a little mini "This is Burke" puzzle.
Let's talk about plants and shade. Universe released a little video kind of talking about the Dark Universe plants.
Hello, my name is Patrice Ragusa. I'm with Universal Creative, Senior Area Development Manager. And welcome to Darkmoor and world of where there are some 417 trees. So among these, you'll find some 14 that are canopy live oaks, at least 60 to 70 foot tall to create great shade and atmosphere in this village. And that's not all of it. Darkmoor is filled with wonderful, enchanted, twisting, weeping trees throughout the world to create that eerie, wonderful feeling. So next time you take a visit to Darkmoor, truly appreciate and look around at the wonderful trees and habitat that we've created in this fabulous world.
All right, since Pat O'Brien's is closed, we're gonna try the special annual pass holder offering here at Mythos, because it's the 10-time winner of the #1 theme park restaurant in the world.
So we got the crispy za'atar spiced chicken sandwich, hand-breaded chicken thigh, fennel onion, slaw, feta cheese, brioche bun with a honey spice Brussels sprout. Switch up the Brussels sprouts. I just got fries. Chicken sandwich, 6.5 out of 10. It's kind of disappointing. It's almost kind of like a fried chicken sandwich. But a lot better options at Mythos, 6.5 out of 10.
All right, let's pop into All Halsey Boutique, see if there's anything new. They put all the creature merch front and center. They still got all the Universal Monster Care Bears.
Now, when it comes to Universal Monsters and the future of Dark Universe and stuff, now when it comes to the meet and greets, there's going to be more meet and greets coming of different characters. I'll say that for right now. There's rumored to be more characters coming, many more characters. So the story will evolve and we're going to get more interactions happening. There's a plan of the overarching story for Dark Universe and Darkmoor and all that stuff, but I'm excited to meet the new characters that'll be coming.
We do have like a skull kind of cigar box. I don't see a price on it. We have a little like skull urn, I guess. Put a candle or some change or something in there. This is a dope new shirt. Look at the mummy. It's like the green and pink. That's a great design. They do have all the dragon shirt merch, but they did bring over here, this was over the other shop, the Choose Thy Fate shirt for Dueling Dragons, the one from HHN, $55 down the back. It'll have that same design, but they took off annual pass holder, and then they even have the shirt also. right down there. These are also 2 new shirts. You have this skull, this little ghost and the black cat and the pumpkin, and then Halloween Will Never Die. This pumpkin guy coming out of like a coffin, it looks like. $35. They have this art print of like a little Bigfoot.
Creation? Check that out.
It's Frankenstein transformer looking shirt. What is happening?
Sword.
Creature for a foot down there. That's an interesting shirt.
All right, so speaking about all the annual pass holder food around City Walk and Universal Studios, let's go over the entire list for you guys when you're planning your trip over the next couple weeks. So you plan where you're gonna wanna eat. Okay, so the pass holder exclusive menu items are gonna start at City Walk. There's gonna be a sweet and salty crunch donut at Voodoo Donuts, a meatball sub at Bread Box, sushi pizza at Cowfish, crawfish poutine at Pat O'Brien's, the Magi Mule at Universal Great Movie Escape, or the spicy citrus mahi sandwich at Margaritaville. Then at Universal Studios Florida, there's going to be salmon tuna crispy tacos at Lombard's, then the Magi Mule at the Alcatraz Bar, and then at Islands of Adventure, they're going to have the crispy spiced chicken sandwich at Mythos, or at the Starbucks, they're going to have a vanilla cold brew with a vanilla cold brew foam and caramel drizzle. Those are all your special annual pass holder offerings, and you do get a discount on all of these.
All right, looks like they're repainting part of Seuss Land because you can see they've kind of like sanded off the paint finish. Like, I guess they're going to continue to paint here. Now the walls have finally come down around the movie theater for the new Epic Universe gift shop. Now this thing is so delayed. This thing was supposed to be here a very long time ago, but you know, they still got some work to do until it's ready. So maybe mid-May, that's what I'm thinking. They got a lot of work to do. They'll have the massive entrance right here.
Okay guys, we're back in the office. We have some more Epic Universe updates, but first off, I want to talk about Volcano Bay. Volcano Bay is shutting down right now. There was a statement that went out and it said this. So this is the team member news flash, operational updates regarding Volcano Bay. Universal Volcano Bay will begin a seasonal closure of October 26, 2026, with a current planned reopening on or before March 24th, 2027. During this period, we will conduct annual maintenance on several attractions and areas of the park. Beginning on October 1st, 2025, Volcano Bay operations will no longer offer the Tapu Tapu wearable or virtual line. Guests can access attraction queues at their leisure. So a lot of people are thinking, is this gonna be like every single year now that it's gonna be closed for this amount of time? It's a budget cut. So they're removing the Tapu Tapu because it just costs so much money to kind of fix. And I think all the interactive elements I believe are still gonna be there. I'm gonna guess they're probably gonna be touch activated or motion activated. Tapu Tapu is no longer a thing for Volcano Bay. Volcano Bay has been open for what, 7, 8 years now? So they need a massive refurb. We don't know if they're gonna be expanding or adding any new attractions there, but they're definitely going to be doing a massive refurb throughout the entire park. So don't get worried. It's not going to be closing every single year for half the year. They just really need to do some hardcore maintenance on that park. So back to Epic Universe. Everyone keeps asking me what's going on with annual passes. So the rumor is by the end of the year, we should have Epic Universe annual passes. Now, is this going to be in addition to the 2-park pass or the 3-park pass? We still don't know. I think Universal is still kind of testing out the waters with how many people are coming to Epic Universe. Because if they're not hitting their, sales numbers, they can always count on annual pass holders coming in by offering an annual pass for them. Everything I've heard is pretty much that by the end of the year, we should have an annual pass for Epic Universe. Unless it's like so successful, the crowds are too big that they don't need annual pass holders. So right now, annual pass holder previews are still happening, but then also kind of general guests can get tickets to Epic Universe. Universal really needs to kind of still stress test this park because only a couple annual pass holder days sold out, so they have to add in kind of, general guests in there. So if you are going for this kind of general preview, it's still a preview. Things are gonna not operate correctly. Things are gonna shut down, so be prepared. Don't think this park is gonna be 100%. We still have, 20-something days until it's the grand opening. So on that note, if you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like button. If you have not already, hit the subscribe button and join the family.
We love the family.
Because I'm gonna keep you up to date on all things Universal Studios and Epic Universe around the country. I love you all. I'll see y'all very soon.
Weeping trees.
This dinosaur just had a rough day. He just watched all of his friends become extinct. Of course he needs a